Alright. I guess I'll start off by pointing out that the other playthrough that I'm lagging behind has now defeated the game, and in fact started on the hard mode you get afterwards. Did they even say? Yeah, it does say Final Fantasy up there. Which is, of course, the hard difficulty you do after you finish Action Focused. Or, was the other one Story Focused? Whatever that other one is. That is if I wanted to fight Atlas again, which, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be okay with it, but we don't have time for that. So, let's see how far we can get in the couple of weeks of streams I have left before I need to take a short little break. What? Oh, I see.
Fire and flame. Nice try.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one for that. I wanted to be on this. Alright. Ah, didn't time that properly. Oh, I've also learned the proper aura, so.
Too slow. And another.
I just want to play with this twin instead of save the world a little bit.
Over here.
Man, the fact they just threw me right into this fight.
Nice try.
So much to do, but this Reaver had it coming. I mean, look, I didn't even choose the. I mean, I guess it's the fact that I saved here and it just spawned me like. It spawned in. These are the basic enemies who hang out here in Atlas's arena, I guess. Oh man. That really beat me up a little bit, but I guess we'll just have to deal. Besides that, though. Oh, wait a second, actually. Ooh, what do I check? Journal. And use up. Okay, use up any potions, good. Ah, short of 40,000, okay. Then, let us go and talk to Mid. Because that is what we have to do. I arrived to Mid, dear. Hey, Captain.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
Hmm.
And what can I do for you?
I don't think you have anything new, right? No, all this stuff. These things I'm never gonna really buy. And I already bought your orchestrion rolls. Okay, I'll need to go back to that at some point, but that's okay.
Finished, are you?
Guts, you don't have anything new to say, right?
I heard what you told
Goots.
Nan about Kupka. Hopefully all our old friends can rest easy now.
I actually don't think I spoke to Goots after that, so I think that might have been new. Even though I did hunts, I don't think you actually have anything for me to spend these on. Like, there's these things made of white worm bones and whatnot, but these are things I'll find. Would want something that's a special color anyways.
Fine.
Alright.
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking.
It's no joke. Drake's fan is gone.
Now we need to see if I can remember how to get to where Mid is.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Oh, right, the chocobo that bit him. That's a bad chocobo. Also, could I just say, you have to... Like, I'm sure it really just did, like, a gentle nip to him. Because, goodness, can you imagine if a chocobo actually tried to hurt you with its bite?
Just started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Because they're very big birds. That beak is going to have a lot of power behind it.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Missing fingers at best, yeah. Well, keep in mind, Clive's a badass. I just mean if you're a random villager person. Anyways, what's up, Mid?
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal.
Displacement stack.
It's
Yeah.
a chimney.
And
It's a
this
chimney,
is
Clive.
For
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Yeah, my
Okay.
dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mitral
Okay, it's still a
engines.
ship, not an
Those
airship.
things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that.
Oh, Clive, you are so
First things
easy.
First, I need some parts mecking. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm
Alright.
over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air.
Okay.
And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Got it.
A full suit of armor then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
Why couldn't you take them to Black? God damn lazy people who won't take
I can't
5
make
steps
it
in the
no time
hideaway.
alone.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Every time I'm done with a story arc, I'll go like do a whole round of the hideaway, but these lazy assholes will just stand in place. Oh, Clive's gonna go walking around. He'll just do all the work for it. Lazy best. So I like how Mid's design looks. It's very asymmetric in a fun way. But the more I actually pay attention to it, it's also asymmetric in a way that personally would piss me off. So first of all, we have... It looks like her boots, one is slightly longer than the other. There's this weird... Is that... What even... Is that like a fanny pack thing? Is that an apron she wears under her shirt? Then there's the little like red neckerchief she wears, which I really like with the white. But what is this thing? I just noticed. Did she just rip off like a shirt collar? And it's just that? Is this like a bandana? Except it has like a little like, look, like, you can see it has like a little leather like belt thing to cinch it into place. What I'm saying is that during that, it's a half-made mantle. Yeah, that's a good, yeah. Like it's the top part of that, but it doesn't have the rest of it. Anyways, I just noticed that, like, well, I like the overall effect of the design. A lot of the components kind of piss me off. Okay. We need to speak with Blackthorn. Because, God forbid, people walk, like, 100 yards in this one place. And we haven't progressed the story, so we've not made any progress. Oh, are there some rewards I didn't pick up yet?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
How much am I at? I'm at 520. Okay. Right, because I did the hunts now. Oh, right. This is the person who's giving us ability points that I don't even... I think Katie made the most persuasive argument that maybe it's like skill books or the equivalent therein. This is a nameless patron. Many claim they wish to change the world. Few actually take it upon themselves to do so. You are an inspiration to us all. A nameless patron.
You earned this.
I did earn this. I ran my head against Atlas for half an hour to earn it. Nothing new, right, Nectar? Okay, I think so. Time to go to Blackthorn. I wish they would give me a side quest that would let me run through the hideaway. Oh.
Thanks to Thank you, Clive.
What new one did I get here? The 1,000 tables purchased from a vendor. Alright, I don't mind that. Oh, hey, what's up, Gav? Did I talk to you?
Not bad for a boy from the Imperial Barracks, eh?
I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Hey, Blackthorn.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Thermal plating designs. Instructions on how to go about building oneself a full set of thermal plating to dissipate heat from around a mithril engine should one find oneself in need of such a thing. I'm very glad that the sunlight made that hard to read in the middle.
Krieger's Teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
All right.
Man, mate, are you just going to be side quests in the middle of the main story each time now?
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. There's a
Yay.
special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
This... Wait. Oh, that's because that furnace is in their stomach. Can the city speak with Blackthorn?
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in a fight, but you don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
Hey, wait a second. What do you even do, Otto? I've seen Gav has a sword.
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Interesting. I never thought this was a chick. Would have thought this was a choice. I combined choice and pick into chick. That was very weird. Weird brain derp there. And sadly, there is no third option to be like, I'll go by myself. Well, not by myself. There's always Torgal. I'm curious to see what Otto does. Because I've seen Gav has a sword. I don't know what Otto will use. Maybe it's something wacky like a whip.
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
Yous two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
Ah, he wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate,
I'd like to point out too,
isn't he?
Best of luck.
like, I appreciate that Gav and Otto have enough overlap to do this, but doesn't it feel like very naturally Gav should go with you and Otto should be the one who does the business transaction? Like, obviously I picked the opposite of that, because why not? They gave me the choice. But I feel like... You brought Gav with you? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious to see if Otto has anything interesting
I'll
going
head
on.
down to Dalimil, see about hiring us a wagon. Wait for me by the river.
Don't you worry about me. I can smell a swindle from half the twins away.
But it does really feel like they let you choose, but there is a clear right answer, which is not the one I took. But I mean, if you're gonna give me the choice, you need to go to the Dalimil Inn. It doesn't matter if I can't choose wrong. Okay. Thought I had to meet you here, but I guess I'd meet you over here. Okay. It's not only going to be worth getting on
Looks like
Ambrosia,
I found
I
the
don't
river.
think.
Now where's Otto?
Let's leave it on Deadly Embrace for now. What's up, Otto?
Otto, sorry I'm late.
Ah, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Alright. Gather the necessary material. Gather Stardust. Okay, I keep... I'm too used... Also, potion for healing. I'm too used to playing on this controller for Dave the Diver, which is weird to say, but it's why I keep hitting L2, because L2, when you don't have anything picked, lets you swim faster in that game. So I keep being like, I can make Clive go faster if I hold L2, and all that happens is he changes icon.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Actually looks like nothing to me, Clive, so you have special eyes, my man. God, that's who I get a retirement. You know, it's funny. Because Clive has a little bit of that with the fact that he takes on quests where, like, he'll do more than he should for people because, you know, it's a video game. You do side quests, right? Even though he's more put upon than he should be. And Dave the Diver, though, the titular Dave, takes that to an unhealthy seeming nth degree. Where he's really willing to go with stuff for people.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
I also like how Otto brought a whole ass wagon for this, and Clive collects 5 handfuls and thinks he's done. What's up, Otto? I collected 5 handfuls. We're out of here. Look, he filled out that whole bag in the meantime.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Stardust. Legend has it that a star once fell from the heavens and punctured a hole in the Dalmatian desert, whence sprang forth the fountainhead of the river Velcroy. Again, I like how fantasy some of these descriptions are when they don't really need to be.
More than me. Put it
How?
all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
I'm sorry, are we gonna have a bonding thing? Should I have saved before this? Oh, do you get different Otto and Gav lore?
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you.
And hey, Darth.
5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding.
Hope you had a good time at Gen Con.
Wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush.
That's good, Darth.
All I did was choose hope over despair.
Kibo over
I gave
Zetsubo.
you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did.
Apologize for all of Indiana. Live in Indiana. Again, I apologize for all of Indiana.
About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Complete and utter opposite side. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Yeah. Torgal goes back. What's up, Torgal? Together you form one whole Indiana. Alright, so that was about that. Let me see something real fast. Okay, let's go back. Where's 37 is the one I need to save over. But okay, autosave. Then this autosave is here. Was this before or after I made the choice? Ah, which of these will do it? Let's reload the timeline to see what Gav will say. That's a whole lot of coin. That beat the earth. No, okay, this is back here. I need to go further back. In fact, this looks like this is each of the sands. Oh no! Okay, maybe this one will do it. It's like the first autosave. But I think this might have cut out mid-conversation. Even further. Their 3-time or Captain Arcana both work too. Clive's a time traveler.
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in a fight.
Hell yeah.
You don't have my word.
Perfect. The very last autosave.
After the Stardust, then, are you? Which one of these 2 lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
Gav, you're with me.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supply. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Why? The sense of deja vu.
I like to see him try.
It's like I've seen this all before.
In your own time.
Sounds like this river we're looking for is south of the Dalamil Inn. I'll hire us a wagon and meet you there.
I'll get us a good price. Is that what you want to worry about?
There might be more changes when we get back with it, but mostly I just want to see that one scene again. If there's gonna be like a little talk. Go to here. I don't even know why I bothered when I knew that Obelisk tends to be 2 is the right one. I need to be careful though, because since I did reload a save, I believe too.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
No, it's on the right one then. Okay. What's up, Gav?
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
I like how they have this difference here. So they need to voice separate lines for the Otto and Gav divergence point, right? And yet, they couldn't voice full lines for the random little backstory things you can ask people. Like when I go, I want to ask you about Hugo Kupka.
So this is Stardust. It just looked like black sand to me.
Weird half measures. It will never not bother me. Doo-doo. Collecting stardust. I also need to learn that I need to give the thing time to put in the button prompt for X. Otherwise, Clive goes crazy with doing his little hoppies. Bet speedrunners get that timing down pat.
Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Just like, you need to wait exactly 11 frames before you can hit it. It's probably not even 11 frames. It's probably even less time than that.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Alright, Certus is the same. We'll hand it over to Gav. Oh yeah, speedrunning. Something I can definitely do. In my dreams, maybe.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
Just need constant haste spells. About the only way I could do it.
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Also, I did. It was called the 5-year time skip.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
I love you, bro. I love you too, bro. No, that's nice, though. I like that both Gav and Otto get these moments.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Why does that not surprise me that haste used to?
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Yeah. Timelines reconverge. We will load. Hey, Donnie. You missed the separate bonding timeline that we were taking a peek into before I reload the proper timeline. Where I go with the first choice I made. Which will be this one. Kind of reminds me, the idea of haste speeding up, like, aging you a little bit. Which, I mean, I guess theoretically you think about it. No bonding for you, Gav. Look, I picked Otto first, that's what I'm going to commit to. It makes sense that haste would at least give you a little bit of extra time. But it reminds me a lot of... I can't remember the name of the author for it. But I believe the fantasy series was called The Rune Lords? Older one. I read it when I was a kid. Or a young teen. I think it was when I was like... I think it was before being a teenager, but I read a lot as a kid, so exact years for a lot of them kind of get a little bit murky. But it had kind of an interesting system to it in the Rune Lords, where basically you would engrave a rune onto a person, and then you would transfer an element of themselves, like a
Let's hope this is
quality
all
of
Blackthorn
theirs.
needs.
No, 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 no. This is way before Brandon Sanderson started. David Farland. But the idea is when you'd have to put a rune on someone and it would transfer a physical quality of theirs to someone else. Which is kind of similar in a very broad way to how hemalurgy works, talking about Brandon Sanderson. But the point was it had a variety of things, you know, you could do like strength, etc. But a big one was like speed or metabolism, which if that was the case, you'd be very tired and we would move slowly and not be able to do much if you were the one giving it. But the other person would be faster. And it was really powerful, but obviously it would also make you burn through your lifespan quicker the more you did it. So I think like once or twice there's these big action climaxes where basically someone gets like 100 or more people to give them their speed for a little while, and then they die pretty soon after because they've burned through like all of their lifespan. You know, also your favorite, Katie, you love when people do that. But I think it's different if they're going to die like very quickly from it and it's not like a nebulous just like, I'm sacrificing 10 years later in my time. Lifespan's a resource. Okay, what's up guys?
How'd you lot get on? I brought back all that stuff Blackthorn asked for.
What do you mean, Gal? I thought we were... Oh no. No, what's
There
up,
you
Otto?
are. Blackthorn's got his precious stardust, in case you were wondering.
And that's fine, Don. I mean, we talk about him enough, Donnie. It makes sense to guess. Even if you also like just reorganizing his name. The anime approach. Very shonen manga / anime approach to it, too. What's up, Blackthorn?
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's
He
underway.
has 2 other things to do. So the other thing we missed, I'm sure, is Gav had like a 1 to 2 liner response too. But I don't care that much about that. That's okay. Alright, they just gave us money.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
I don't mind these segments of the story, but I do wonder if the fact that it feels very much like a side quest,
Crystal too.
I don't know, there's a wonkiness to this part of the design for how it paced things. Like, I get that this is meant to be a break, but the fact that there's also the side quests that constantly interrupt during the story too.
Mid hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
We're back to mid. It's not another way down here, right? It's just this one set of stairs.
Probably something soon.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright. What's next, mid?
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
Convenient.
What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's the name? Right.
Oh, man. Always the classic. The engineering or scientific lead who doesn't even know their own people because they're just bad at person. Oh, it's charming. It's how we know she's a real engineer. She doesn't know people. If she invested in charisma, her build wouldn't be worth it. We couldn't trust her engineering then. But no. So this is Helena, the engineer. 2 weeks without watching this stream means Mid's name still sneaks up on you. I mean, she hasn't done too much since her reintroduction, so... What's up, Helena?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned to generate.
Okay, I want to take a moment to point out they were really, really proud of the fact they made a fake blueprint behind Mid's ship design. You know what would help with learning with Mid's lack of people skills? What is that, Darth? Giving everyone a red shirt. The Enterprise. The Hideaway's mithril engine-powered flagship, designed by the father and daughter team of Sidolphus and Mididol Teleban. The ship is currently under construction in a hidden cove on the outskirts of Canver. But yes, I pause that mostly because it just really amuses me that every chance they get, they throw this blueprint on screen.
That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid
Do you, Clive?
said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor...
Oh, thank God,
has taken up
something to
residence
fight.
there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you.
Hands on his
That
hips.
help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I have to imagine Clive put his hands on his hips. Mostly because he was like, just tell me you need me to kill something. Don't explain signs to me I barely understand. Oh, hey, what's up, Mid? What do you say if I... Oh, I can't even speak to you now. You don't give me the time of day until I've advanced your side. Okay. It's like, nope. I'm not talking to you until you do my quest some more. We've replaced 90% racist in this arc with fetch quests. Oh, it feels like that a little bit. Oh, right, I got a new thing I can... Let's go to Patron's Whisper real quick. I mean, they can't be racists here, really, because this is the anti-racist zone. It is our hideaway, after all.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come
What's
to
a
claim your just
Desiree?
desserts?
The Bearer's Plight. Ah, few are those who would strive to lighten the burden borne by the crystal's curse. But if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together, bearer and brother, as you have shown us. Defended Northreach. That was probably actually someone we already know. Like, I don't know, Northreach might be the Dame or something, but who cares? We'll grab the
There
meteorites.
you are.
Are the fetch quests worse than the racism?
Best of luck out there, Sid.
I mean, at least these fetch quests can have nice things next to them. Go fetch Wolfie, throws racist child. Where do I need to go? I need to go over here. Okay. Oh, this is the place to go, I guess.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Oh, that's interesting. Is this because I did the thing? This is just a part of... Okay. Man, this is a great speech you're giving. I'm just sorry I suddenly became deaf randomly. You know what we could do while we're here? They are prepping for the revenge plot.
We haven't much, but you're free to look.
So this is 40,000, which is fine, because if I go to sell and sell all valuables, I have some money on me. So now we can buy the Idols of the Empire orchestrion roll.
I hope it's to your liking.
I'm sure I'm not going to need that money for anything in the meantime. Am I going the right way? Yes. Ish.
If you're ready,
Now I got turned around. I think I need to be up on here, though. Okay, good. I know it's sad, but I really do get lost that easily. Oh, the player didn't walk past us. Quick, bob your head and gesticulate like you're still talking. It's kind of be that way, though, doesn't it? That said, if I wasn't paying attention, that would have been a nice little way to keep me immersed. Just unfortunately, it's very easy to do something dumb that's not in how the game expects someone to go through it quickly. And well, there you go. Oh, I'm not gonna fight you guys. Level 13, you are not worth the time.
now Torgal!
I'll have Torgal attack them. At least they are classic NPCs, not whatever that TikTok trend is. I do not know TikTok. Which would be more of a defense if I didn't know any social media, but good. You guys gonna back off? Thank you. This would have been easier if... It's fine. Stay innocent. What's up, Helena?
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Time to go murder a robot. Actually, it might not be a robot. They said creature, so...
Anybody home?
Is that... What is it, boy? Oh, it's an Araman.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
is an eyeball. And punch. Goddamn, looks so heavy, yo. Oh, it's Doom. Ah. I didn't do that in time. Oh, Quake. Oh, that didn't reload in time. That's silly of me.
Too slow. Nice try.
I feel like they need something else to kind of add oomph to it. That's okay. I mean, still hit me a couple times, but I don't know. Oh, Bloody Hide, Magic Dash.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
I'll admit sometimes the way the sound cuts out before it says quest complete does make me a little bit worried. Hey, we found the Eye of the Warrior. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Only those who have stood in battle can know its boon and its curse. A first-hand account of the Siege of Stoneair increases strength tonic duration by 10 seconds. What? Utter garbage. And a meteorite, marginally more useful. There's this weird thing in the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings movie where they call Saruman Aruman for a few scenes before going back to the normal pronunciation. Huh, it's very weird. You know, those potions people never use. Yeah, really. Because by this point, I'd have to assume you'd probably keep potions, high potions, and then the limit break potion on if you were going to have another potion on. I could see that because it said Ahriman, or how it's meant to be pronounced, which is like Ahriman. What's up, Helena?
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
Oh, hey. Oh, that shop has something I could buy, but I can't really. That's fine. Alright, let's go back to the hideaway. I kind of wish for these side quests you could just go right to the person involved. Like, the fast travel is very nice and convenient, but when it's this level of just simple back and forth, it could be even more convenient.
But from Kenneth, too.
They're looking down on us now and smiling. I'm smiling too. Yeah, me too. Thanks, Sid.
Okay, she was telling about how we killed Hugo. Okay. So the other thing we got was Idols of the Empire. Yeah, pleasant enough. Oh man, we'll go this way, I guess. I feel like it's gotta be a fat. Yeah, I should just hook the immediate left. I think that's slightly faster than this way. But I don't know, something about me wants to go this way right away every single time.
Mid hasn't been
Got a nice flute to it.
Reading books that don't have any pictures.
If I don't come up with something soon.
I think it was Metal Gear Solid 2 where there was a 45-minute cutscene, then some gameplay where you walk down the hall into another 45-minute cutscene. I mean, that definitely sounds like a couple of the Metal Gear Solid games.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's
Clive
enough
tried.
to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding.
And it
Prison
didn't
for
work.
The dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose
Hippocrates?
counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
I'm sorry, Mid. Did you just say you would think of it, but... Oh, okay. You explained that because you wrote it down to take the hint, but oh my god, these lazy hideaway people. I mean, I guess it's 184 yards that way. God forbid you walk, I don't know, 400 steps? And yeah, Sam really likes the Metal Gear Solid series, so. Even though one or two of those, she stayed up way too late when she was streaming some of them to finish them in time. And the last time you played that was 2002. And they do hold up pretty well.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
That's because, oh, I mean, overall, I think, gameplay-wise, though, some of them have moments that are of their time. But the fact that they're artistic vehicles for Kojima's weirdness means that at least overall experience-wise, they have some longevity to them. What? Tachi would never do that. Yeah, she never would. Hey, Tomes. Mid hates walking, so I'm here instead.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
My bad. Thought I had time to take a drink, but that went faster than I thought it would. Let's see. Your dad watched you play for the first couple hours. What happened to the other guy? Why are you playing this girl now? That's very fair. Have you ever gone back to your dad and said, hey, do you remember way back when you saw that? Here's where that girl is now, and then showed him something from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And then Death recalls the time Tachi streamed Metal Gear Solid 2 until like midnight Death's time. Almost a decade ago at this point. Funny thing is, I feel like she just did that again like 2 years ago. The same reason why, because she wouldn't do it all in one stream. And it's not that short. Thermal shielding designs. A baffling diagram made all the more confounding by the preponderance of question marks that blemish its borders.
studying for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these notes around the edges?
Look at how proud they are of
Specific
it.
Requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside.
This is like the 4th time this has been on
Cool
screen.
enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames.
Moon dew.
Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Oh, thank you, Hippocrates.
And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Otto, Gav, get in here. This time, I'm picking Otto again. Oh. Oh.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always.
Jill or Melina?
Jill's game.
Her name's Taria.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Letting off steam 3, Paradise Quest. Alright. Well, we'll save here, because apparently this is a divergence in the timeline. Take the Biclops, Melina. Exile 1 was mid-2021. Exile 2 and 3 were January 2022. Well, Exile was May 2022. So within 2 years. Alright, we'll save. Yeah, 30 sounds fine. Interesting.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Justinus. I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
This is so weird. Because it's one thing to choose between Otto or Gav. Because Gav is vaguely more important than Otto. But at least both are like the same tier of NPC and just around. Jill is an active companion who has been on story missions with us. Well, I figured you were going with Melina just because she had, like, the scar from where the bearer thing is. But, I mean, obviously, Millicent, it's more the color of the hair. So say you can choose between Jill, who is important, versus Tarja, who is our doctor. Like before, too many M names. Oh yeah, that was I mean, it was kind of funny too, but that was also a little bit obnoxious in Elden Ring. So I feel like Jill is... Clive, let me explain my reasoning. Whereas I don't feel like Otto or Gab I'm too invested in, and I was more interested in the Otto timeline first, for that reason, I feel like it just makes more sense to have picked Jill. So, we'll pick Tarja first, and then we'll reload this, and then we'll go with Jill.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
It's just so weird to me. Tarja, you're with me.
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market.
Can you imagine? You harvest garlic to extinction?
Convenient.
Be nice for
To make
vampires.
a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
I'll see you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
I just wanted Jill to like look at Clive and be like, the fuck? I'm sorry, that hussy? Like, look, I just want to see. Garlic is only the easiest thing in the world to grow. My lady friend chooses her doctor to go to the grocery store instead of me. I'm gonna assume something's awry. The cold see you, Clive. It was pretty funny, honestly. If I didn't plan to abandon this timeline, it might be worth it just for that. Like, oh man. Oh, I hope we don't have to pay for this stuff because I have like no money. I spent it all on a music track.
No. Where's Tarja?
Speaking of, do you have a 40,000 one or do you have a 20,000 one? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I don't have the money for it. That's a good one though. Oh, okay, 50,000. Never mind. Yeah, you will with your outrageous prices.
Need to stock up on these.
There you are, Tarja.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Sweet. I beat up with Tarja only for us to divide and conquer. Purchase. Oh no. Quick, sell your services as a skilled murderer. If only it was that easy.
What do you want?
Oh good, they're incredibly cheap. Pepio nuts. The edible fruit of the pepio plant is prized by chocobo breeders. Although the superstition that it lends a stud bird additional stamina seems largely founded on its blushing, swollen form than any quantifiable results. You know, as I was reading that, I didn't expect it to go as far as it did. But yeah, nuts, huh? Let's have a bonding mission. Immediately splits up. Then solution number 2, what would Razor do?
And good riddance.
There's talk.
Steal some things. And traveling trader.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine.
Garlic. Alimentary alliums are a hallmark of classical Samberquois cuisine, so much so that it is a tradition for the emperor to award honorary titles to those responsible for supervising the cultivation and preparation in the White Worm castle kitchens, the so-called Garlic Knight among them. Man, this is a tale of two very different key items.
I hope it's to your liking. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Hopefully Ty is finished too.
Oh, of course. Of course Dareth would have them. Oh, I'll say this, it's been a while. And of course Doman, which has also been a little bit while, but that's fine. Played him way more recently. What's up, Taria?
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
I already read these, I'm not going to read them again, even though the Pepio Nuts one is funny, because it lived up to the name of nuts.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting.
Do you want to have a bonding talk?
But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
For a second I thought she wasn't, which would have been funny, but... Oh wow, has it been 55 months for that?
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
How time works, yes.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
Okay, slow upward pan.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
But as Donnie said, very correctly, one load of a save file and our streak of never asking you out remains intact. I guess technically we have seen that there is like 2 lines of dialogue afterwards when we go back, but I think just getting that scene is enough. I don't care enough to get every bit of content I can squeeze out of this game that I'm going to care what Taria's 2 lines afterwards are. That was very nice, though. What was really funny, Jill was put out. Oh, man. Oh, load save data. Okay.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
We'll go with the expected waifu choice. So you have potential romance, or was that a one-off? I mean, I assume there's nothing that... Because I know the 7 remake did a kind of thing like that, and so some Final Fantasy games have those, but... Terry probably should have shared this choice of buying with like another hideaway member that wasn't Jill. You know, you enjoyed the scene coming up. Okay, it's Final Fantasy embrace the waifu. It hasn't really. And I assume these things are just scenes you can do. I don't think there's any like actual romance. Beyond what the story itself has. Jill.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you
Yeah,
sure this
right.
list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
Oh, that's way funny. That was so clearly Jill was like, what the hell? I mean, ultimately, everyone is secondary to Torgal. I mean, yes. There's also the fact that Clive, despite being a 30-something-year-old man, is still at the girls stage of his sexual awakening. I don't know why I'm acting like I need to save when it's fine. Which is really funny too, considering Clive, because he's wearing his dad's armor, has an insane trip. The fact that they made this game basically have the player only control the one character without the perimeters is still kind of weird. I can see that a little bit. They've been moving that way for a little while now, and it makes it have action gameplay still work well, but
Finally spread to the worm.
That'd mean half of Oriflamme's under Aether.
also, since we've come back to Northreach, which is a place that sucks, we can still see a little bit of racism happening. Isn't that nice?
Are those Pepio nuts? I can never tell.
If they look vaguely lewd, they are, Jill.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
It'd been kind of interesting if they actually had a divert where you pick different things here too, instead of it always being the Pepio nuts and garlic. I don't think it'd be worth it at all. Obviously, the more interesting thing is the different little bits with the characters, but...
And what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, I don't know why I picked you, Merchant. I need to go to the greengrocer.
Oi, don't touch anything.
Also, oh man, when it comes to changes like that, even though that's fine.
If that's what you want.
I need the Pepio nuts. Don't judge me, weirdo. I mean, I'm to the point where with these things, I definitely enjoy, I don't know if I've mentioned that here. Well, I do like the gameplay of this a lot. I also do have a lot of fondness for when it's like Final Fantasy X, where it's pure turn-based. It's the hybrid systems, like the Final Fantasy VII remakes, that even if they're executed well, which that one is, I'm not always a big fan of. It's because you long for the accessory for the Aura skill. It's true. I figured out how to properly Aura, by the way. I don't know if I showed that off earlier.
I trust it's all here.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Because the thing I forgot about it here, which was silly of me. So if we look at here and go into details, it mentions if timed precisely, the first strike can block an incoming attack, which I've learned about that and was doing that way. Blocking attack with Raging Fist will change the follow-up attack, increase attack potency, and reduce ability cooldown by 50%. But then, ability duration can be extended by tapping the execute button. So since I have it on triangle, I need to mash triangle now, and it does more punches. And what would you love to see in a game like this, Darth? In a way, the bits in the other FFTOs where you play as someone besides the main guy are short stints. Usually when main guy is captured in the party is totally hamstrung. Yeah, they've always tried to do that for a sense of, like, adding weight to the story.
Fresh cuts. Come and get them before they up. You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel.
Plus, I don't know if 2 or 3 really did it, but I know once 4 did it. The idea that you can have party members drop in and out. Congratulations, you can now play as Zoe. That was a way that they could definitely, like, you would be like, you never know, like, not everyone in the party is safe. Which probably had its biggest payoff in the 7. If you're using a character with a really high speed set, if you get something like Haste Cast on you, basically give you a bullet time segment. I could see that.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Alright, I need to hand you these things. Don't worry, Jill. Clive, for some reason, recognizes Pepio nuts. I mean, he probably actually looked up that stuff
Perfect. Now all that remains
when he was getting Ambrosia.
is to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
Yes, the snack that blushes back.
But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
This is so weird that Jill and Taria is one for this. Like, it's... Torkel's right there. I mean, he does like the Shiva dominant.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. Wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Hell yeah.
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
Torgal wants some bread. Which I don't think frost wolves really need that in their diet,
Big
Torgal.
white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh,
You all right?
sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Congrats, Clive. Half a pie is better than none. You made the right choice. Who also wants some bread? Everyone likes a good bread. Ah, bread. Oh, I heard to keep calories down if you like bread.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Who the fuck thought it was fair to make Talia and Jill the choice? Talia is an NPC you've interacted with like 2 times at the base. Jill was there in Clive's flashback. He is the reason why he broke away from the slave unit of the army. She's the reason why he did that. She's been our party member for multiple important story segments. It makes no goddamn sense. Because that Talia scene was lovely. It was a cute little bonding moment with her. But Jill's moment, because she's more of a goddamn character, was able to play on the fact that she and Clive have a dynamic and characterization that's already been brought up. I too enjoy going on dates where I stare at someone as the camera pans down. Like, they should have just had another quest where you get to do that with Jill anyways. And then, I don't know, maybe make it you can choose to go with Talia or Harpocrates. Which, by the way, if there was a third version of that where we could go on a date with Harpocrates, that would be the timeline I picked. Screw Jill. But regardless, my point being, it just makes no sense that, like, Otto and Gav seemed about right, but it was totally unfair to poor Talia to do that. But the PB nuts were necessary to the plot. Oh, man. Okay. God, this main quest has been so nothing because it's the side quest main quest, and it's taking me so long to do. Oh, man. Oh, it wasn't pointing where the main story was. I don't know, just travel there. I know where Mid is. I feel like Coots could be an appropriate option there because he is a merchant. Yeah. And you know what? I would have probably picked Talia, but meanwhile in Japan.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Wait, no. Harpocrates, I want to go this way. Meanwhile in Japan. Kazutoyo, my hero. It was me, Fenrir. It was me all along. It's just very silly. Take Gustalexa and tell him about the rabbits. Ooh. Donnie. Pretty dark. Hey, what's up, Talia?
Welcome back. I hope you two had fun while I was busy helping Harpocrates.
Okay, never mind. Bill gives you the sass before you leave. Talia gives you the sass after you come back. That's fair.
Clive, Harpocrates has all the ingredients. We were just waiting for you.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance.
I kind of figured there, but thanks.
Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway.
under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Oh man, that would have been great in the Target timeline though. Just Jill turns around again.
It's almost at an end. Shame.
Well.
I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Quest complete. Choose and perish indeed. Black blood and Gilbug.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
You know what I should do? I have 208 points. Oh, I do like my air game. I'm bad at it, so what I'm going to do instead... And I think what I'll do here, this will make more sense to me. Lightning Rod. Wind up. I know, it's very weird, Garuda, but bear with me here. Alright. Mid, we did all the work. Can we go see your dad now? Yeah, really. It is a little messed up when we're like, hey, you should go pay your respect at your father's grave. And she's like, can you help me do my homework first?
He cracked the crystal too.
Somehow, Sidolphus has returned. I don't know why I went to Clive's place. This was a mistake. I was not thinking. I was distracted reading. That's okay. We'll now go this way. Clive wanted a nap. It has been a lot of nonsense on this day.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Ugh, reading books that don't have pictures on it. That's for rubes. Alright, what's up, Mid?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Really, I just the errand
Let's
boy.
start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
She can walk around the hideaway herself? I thought she was stuck there.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
I don't think you're
and bring me
just
the biggest
kidding,
salad you
Katie.
can find. This is going to require some precision walloping.
Also, I don't think the biggest hammer she can find will help with precision work, but regardless. sometime later. E.G.'s giant hammer. This is true. He does only have like a very light tap with that. But he's also a giant using a giant hammer,
It's
so.
finally finished.
Fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
I'm gonna guess those guys in Canva have to work the fallen metal, the ceramics. Or conveniently, there's enough other ruins that were exactly shaped the right way. What's up, Mid?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Okay.
Sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
Clive has no experience as a captain, but okay.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I mean, we need some way to get that some way, I guess, but Mid. Clive isn't a sailor.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I guess he's just going to be the kind of captain who doesn't actually have any captaining skills. He's just there to look pretty and also do sick anime combat if it's needed. Which is the most important part if Shonen has taught me anything. Where am I going? I need to talk to Otto. He was this way. I mean, that's basically what he does now. Yeah, so I think she just imagines we're going to be captain of the ship like we're captain of the hideaway. It took way longer than it should have needed to, Otto.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
This feels unnecessary, but okay. Make for the foredeck. Obelisk boatman.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
Oh, well, if it's a letter, that means we have to go back to our room to read it. We actually read it right here? My God, Clive is learning new techniques. Our Uncle Byron begins with, "My dear boy, my journey to Canver has been a resounding success. The friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the goings-on in the Free Cities, by which I learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I for one believe Miss Telleman's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Converian authorities will take kindly the unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted, and if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guildmasters are rapping at our door. Which is why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two, that he might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving uncle, Byron." Love that he just signs it, "Your loving uncle." Byron might be my favorite. Like, he had a strong intro, and getting to go on the bro road trip with him was very nice. Like, obviously, those characters are more around that, but he's a good dude. Yeah, he's got that, like, fun, roguish uncle vibe to him, too.
Trouble in Canver. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Oh.
So
Oh,
what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
He's the uncle with the oven gun over the mantle. Yeah,
Nothing
really.
we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canver pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Clive. That's a little bit. I mean, that would make a little bit more sense. Do we have a quest there? Is that what that is? Oh, Sid's Legacy, it's in the old hideaway. Okay, that was confusing me for a second there. Looks like there's side quest stuff going on here. Weird science. Oh, but first we have to go here. Truly, it is a crime. Sid's Legacy, Central Store.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
And he went out like a bitch?
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the Lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Hey, Goots is here. Oh, that's cute. Even Karen came along too. Makes sense.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies.
Oh man, all the nice big cutscene money energy behind it too. Alright, night Donnie. Good luck with your animating. The symbolism?
It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's
Time
the
to beat
capital
up
of the
Mom.
Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins?
Okay. I missed that my connection took a little nosedive there. Catch up, catch up. All right, we're green again. I missed when that initially went red. So I don't know how much of the cutscene didn't go there, which is a shame. Man, between this and the end of the Ifrit Typhon fight, I would much rather have any kind of these difficulties at other times, but just in case, just a small amount, then I'll just go over like the last minute. They're talking about they need to go to the capital of the Crystalline, not nearly as much as Ifrit. They need to go to the Crystalline Dominion's capital, Tailwind or whatever it's called. Is it even here? But they want to go after Drake's tail. And Karen just said, hey, you should go take Goots with you for some reason. And we're probably about to see why.
I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them?
Oh, that's cute. Also,
Stop
Goots is
that,
so
you bloody
big.
bones, you great galoot.
Is Goots gonna become the next dominant of Titan?
There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way.
Like, I assume
It'll
not, but
be a
it'd be
damn sight
really
less
funny.
risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goot.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
No, you've lost an eye. And that wasn't your fault. You couldn't have been careful about that. The home base was invaded.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Oh, that's cute. Honestly, I kind of respect Mid for not wanting to be there, too. She doesn't have a good energy for that kind of scene, really. Are you gonna make me... Oh, we'll go to the hideaway. Some people, they show their grieving and respect the dead in different ways. Let's actually save having done all that. I think it's fine, but just in case any other explosions happen. I trust that more than the other way of doing it. So what do we have here? We have letters, we have this, and we have a side quest up here. We can also go get the Save of the Realm, but who cares about the Save of the Realm? The implication is that Mid left the hammer there. I guess she did say she had to get something. I guess so. I mean, she does do engineering stuff. We haven't seen her do any actual engineering stuff. She's just done plans and things, so I guess I wouldn't think of her as having a hammer. But I think that's cute enough. We can just say that's the case anyways. There's 3 things here. Okay. Okay, this was this one. Do we have a Blackthorn follow-up already? Off the record. Goat writes us, I was thumbing through the hideaway ledgers at Otto's behest and might have come across something that might need your attention. Maybe, and by that I mean immediately, you know where I'll be. Goat. Answer Goat's summons. Is this going to just teleport me to Goat right now? Oh wow, well.
Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Payback. Oh good, they let me pick up the rest too. Good. No, just a little message. A bad feeling. Karen writes us. Clive, something ain't right with that hound of yours. When it pleases your lordship, come pay me a visit at the toll. Karen. Answer her summon. Torgal quest? This is a very important side quest.
With Torgal. He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
A bone to pick. And then about Blackthorn. August writes us, cheers for your help dragging Blackthorn out of the dumps the other day. Thing is, I reckon he's gone and thrown himself back in, judging by the droop of his jowls lately. So I'm thinking, maybe it weren't just the leather what was on his mind. Maybe there's other demons jabbing their pitchforks into his privates. I know you're a busy bloke, but next time you find yourself free, maybe we could go and ask the old bastard what got him so hot and bothered. Assuming it ain't just the forge. August. Heed August's request. Yes.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Blacksmith's Blues 2. Carter's Quest. Okay. I have a real problem here. Because I need to... Also, what is this side quest? Weird Science. I feel like I've started that. I guess we start with Torgal, because honestly speaking, these are 4 side quests. I don't think we're finishing all these tonight, really. Let's make sure we get Torgal done. Even though I feel like maybe that's the one I would rather leave for last. Because I care most about the good boy. Oh, what's up, buddy? Let's go check in with Mama Karen.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating the treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them.
Oh no, what's wrong, Torgal?
Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual.
What's up, boy?
Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
Maybe he needs bigger bones.
Differences, Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Well, this is vital. We need to check in. Hippocrates, he's a big boy now, is true. Look, he just might need super bones or something. Hippocrates, I need you to tell me how I can help Torgal. This is important.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If
Once
we assume
more.
that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient.
Okay, never mind. It was. He needs bigger bones.
Upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators.
And we are a
The
predator.
last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Alright, time to get Torgal those giant antelope bones. Well, okay. Okay. Before we do that, we know what the good boy needs. We'll actually see what other stuff there is at the hideaway. Pick up those quests. Torgal is important, but that's going to be a lot of travel time. Realistically speaking, we're going to make him wait 10 minutes instead of doing a bunch of jumping back and forth.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it around the lake.
It's kind of cute that all the kids are talking about it. Payback is a pretty good quest. Oh, with goat. Gotcha.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the Hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders.
How?
It's maybe my fault, but I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square.
Sorry,
Sadly,
what goat?
that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why?
Because goat is a
Well,
dumbass.
Who needs paying?
That was a great
Just
breakdown.
Arthur and the dame, and, well, Lady Karen.
How did
But
you
only
not pay
for her
Karen?
Talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the Hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made
How?
some sort of oversight.
That's not...
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Why did they have that much
that
to
much
lend
to
us in
hand?
the first
I
place?
can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
How?
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really.
What are these gems you
You
gave
know how
us?
it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Star rubies. Okay.
You'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Nice. I
suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
My God. So first of all, this is of course an astonishing accounting mess up. Like, this is amazing. Like, the fact that also this lets us know that a talent is worth 10,000 gil a pop. Right? Because you said it was 500 talents. And it was 5 million gil. Yeah. So I guess we now have that conversion. Which I think you mentioned to me that you get the number. Yeah, Uncle Bro's 20,000 talents. which apparently we must have used up because it wasn't able to immediately cover this. So we just casually dropped us 20 million gil. We have star rubies, which are each worth a lot. I can't believe... I get that the Dane would have had that much money. It's kind of astonishing Martha did too, which makes me think that bearers must be outrageously expensive. Because she implied that she would use up most of her leftover money. I mean, I guess it was a loan, so maybe that was a different coffer she dipped into. Karen lives with them. How? She is like 100 yards, like, where he is right here. You walk down here through there. She's right over there. How do you... 5 million gil. Yeah, Karen must make so much money. Because she could have easily come over here at any point. My god. Holy moly, okay. Man, that was mind-boggling. Okay. Let's go see what the side quest of science is up this way. Oh, Asta, you're still on the same thing, right?
Boyish charm, Goots has an indomitable rival in Gav. One is the sweet little babe in arms.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And yeah, orchestral roll is like 50,000 gil, so it's true.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up that work.
No, I think I need to go. Actually, that might be upstairs. No, it's down in mids? Is that the case? My goodness, that was just...
That's it then. I'm buggered.
Okay. Owain, please tell me you also don't owe someone 5 million gil.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's
Owain, the true dominant of Odin.
Is.
Damn,
Find a
Katie.
solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Help Owain with the alembic. The whole Owain dominant of Odin joke too, I guess, to clarify. Though everyone else might be asleep by now. It's a Fire Emblem thing. Because Owain from Awakening, when he does transdimensional travel to wherever Fates is, changes his name to Odin. Why not?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright.
Who cares about Tarja? We only date Jill. Clive.
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief.
Fuck.
Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores.
Does it have to be bombs?
Believe my eyes.
I hate bombs.
Blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some.
Is it killing bombs?
It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day.
At least it's a hunt.
I've gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly.
Okay.
And a good hunting, eh?
Yeah. We won't prioritize quest. Because I already have 3 active and it can't do 4, so. Bomb ash is the only thing that'll do. Oh well, it's a hunt at least. Also kind of surprised this is a hunt and the elk is not a hunt. With the elder antelope, I guess. Ask about bomb sightings. Are you on the hunt for a bomb king, Kupo? Says Nectar. So, I have a billet that might interest you. Oh, this is one that goes with that. I already read the first line, that's fine. Bomb King is only rated B, so hopefully this means I'm not going to have to fight it too much. A curse breaker aiming for the Imperial chase took a wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which she discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them a beast akin to a great ball of fire that chased her, screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein. Location: the Croc of Sonbrek. Okay. Alright, and then we'll talk to Blackthorn.
She was building a ship.
Well, I don't think we're talking to Blackthorn, we're talking to the guy by Blackthorn.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Thank you, Nectar.
No. This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge
Is this a katana?
Slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
Is it the fact that the steel's been folded 1,000 times?
They're not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
No, what? No.
We could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Don't worry, Blackthorn. We'll find you Japanese steel folded 1,000 times.
See what Karen knows about this sword.
Karen, where is this weeb? And where can we get one? We need a katana, na.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients.
Imagine with the money you must bring in.
In Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Alright. Well, this is just gonna let us go everywhere. Where do I want to go first? Oh, that's just telling me to go there. Let's do the bomb first. Oh, I can't even teleport to these other places right now. I need to go to here first. Leitney's Cleft, or Letney's Cleft? Eastern Dalmekia, a narrow pass through otherwise impassable mountains, thought to have been torn from rock by the very gods themselves. Oh yeah, no, I just know it's done this a couple other times. Eastern Dalmekia. It's just kind of funny that it lets me do all this side quest stuff while I'm still locked. Yeah, look at Torgal. I'd find you some bigger bones right now, buddy, but I have to wait a little bit. Onward.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
I was talking to Torgal.
Torgal helped too.
No, I'm
Didn't
kidding.
you, boy?
Yes, you did. Yes. Come here, Torgal. Yeah.
You get so big.
Yeah. Who likes air pats? You do. Okay. There we go. Northreach. It's payback. Westwatch, Keep Corsair, the Hand of Mimas, the Name Chapel, Eastwatch, Sully, Moorfield, Dragon's Eyrie, the Imperial Chase. I believe it was the Imperial Chase, wasn't it? Oh god, I've already forgotten. Although, wait, it would actually say where it is, wouldn't it? Get Kurt. So that side quest over this way. Dalmeal Inn is that. Martha's Rest. Payback. A bone to pick. Yeah, no. This is where the Cressida is, so I guess they're not saying it. I don't understand why. Oh well. Imperial Chase over this way. Well, if not, it'll be not too far out of the way. But I want to do the bomb first because I hate fighting bombs. Come, Ambrosia. Hello, you guys. 15. I do not care. Oh, fun fact. On Final Fantasy mode, ooh, Dragon Avis. Some enemies. Actually, it might not just be Final Fantasy mode. That might be Ultimaniac, but I think Final Fantasy in general. They'll get minor changes to their moveset, like some enemies, like those Dragonettes. The Imperial Chase will get healing. Like they can cast Cure and stuff. Hey, Gilbug. I said I only got to like... You only got like past Benedicta, so I don't know much more on that, but... The Croc. Yeah, that's where I think I need to go. What is Heaven Hall?
That'll do, girl.
Just some black blood, that's okay. Sharp Fang. I'll be honest, Jill, I forgot you were with me for a moment there. Yeah, we'll go to the Croc now. I don't even know if it'll be good to fight the bomb with Titan. I think they cast more spells than anything. Oh, it doesn't look that big at all. Bomb King, rank B.
What we have here? Greetings, Your Majesty.
That one comes out faster, okay. Oh, man. Let's just do this now. King's Justice. Oh. Well, we'll do fire, I guess. Oh, wrong thing. I didn't even realize you were doing that. Oh, too late for that too. Man, this has been just an awful fight all around. Oh, it keeps going, okay. I guess the coronation wasn't going to stop at that point either. That could have been bad, but I got lucky. Bomb Ember. Figuratively, the smoldering soul of a bomb, given life by unknown magics. Literally, a very hot rock. Fortunately, there are myriad uses for such a thing. Obtained by defeating the Bomb King, using crafting.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
Interesting that also gives you like a quest thing. But I like it.
That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Well, that fight went awfully, but I managed to win, so I'll take it. While we're here, let's go say hi to the dame. Even though I still teleported, but you know.
There's talk. How the hell is anyone supposed to...
It's all that matters is that it's over.
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoint's open to all.
Oh, alright. Oh, he was still talking? I didn't care anymore.
Did you hear? The gates to Heaven Hall in the Eyrie were breached by someone. Or something. The steward was in town earlier looking for men to come and repair it. but no one was keen to help.
There we go.
I want to see you again tonight, but the captain's late with our pay.
It's all right. I'll be waiting.
Hey, look, now that we know that Dion's gay, we can see more gay people. Now, I'm sure there was something earlier, too, but... I'm still marginally proud of the fact that I did tech that by Gator ping that beforehand. It was a cute little scene, too, though.
Time was there were great coin sacks swinging from every belt in town. Not anymore. Since the capital moved, they're all shriveled to the size of peas.
Look, Vale Courtesan. It's a biological reaction to the cold of the economy.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Still no caravan from the Dominion's perfumeries yet, then?
So, Dame Isabel, about the fact that Goat is a really shitty accountant.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
Star Ruby, one of the 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Cid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabel of the Vale.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you, to settle the Hideaway's debt with the Vale, and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me.
Oh, lady.
Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Cid did you a kindness.
Dame Lore?
I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Oh?
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes.
Aww.
Cid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy.
That
and
does
blamed
explain a fair
himself for
bit,
not
though.
being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done. But it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Cid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
That was nice. Also, man, that's always a hard part for me, like a tabletop setting. And I have to be like, this character has to give up a resource. They don't really need to, but I'm gonna have them do it anyways.
Give my regards to Otto, and tell him I do so miss his visits.
Oh, Otto, you dog.
What am I gonna do without Sweetwater and all
Also, man. He's like thinking that Clive's coming on her with giving her the star ruby. It's like, come on, Isabel. Come on, Dame. You've seen how he is. Did you see how hard Jill had to work just to get him to do like half a pie for a date? Oh, okay. Let's see, the highway's there. You can dream. Well, she can and will be dreaming, because that's all that will happen in that regard. I don't think I can do all of these tonight, but...
Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from
Now,
the breadth.
Dusan, I know you're keen, but do you have to?
I'm going the wrong way. I need to go this way. In here, maybe?
The same Drape's fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friend's pockets might be.
Excuse you, lady. I am sure our uncle more than paid you for any damages done. Oh, well, I guess it would really suck to have to clean up there. I can sympathize with her a bit. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's really the best you have. I mean, I guess that works for you, man. Okay. Do you know?
You. Listen. I've got this theory.
Go on.
Fallen. I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living among us.
Go on.
Could be one of them. I could be one of them.
You know the worst part, Tipsy Traveler, is the fact that of all the random strangers you could say that to, Clive is literally like the only one where you have a marginal chance of being correct. God damn it, Ultima.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room, hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
Oh, that actually sounds helpful. Hey, Torgal, you walked up there, I see.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Damn.
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
It's like, I just want the side quest. The guy's like, yeah, I know, my master's a dick. Give me a moment. Okay, so what do you need?
Caused you any trouble?
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen? Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
I want the sword.
Not to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went?
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf...
I've swung by there before.
I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
And you know, Clive, if you hadn't mentioned it, we could have just taken all of his stuff, including the sword. Oh, but he's a good boy at heart, I guess. Okay, now where was the bandits? Oh, it's all the way up here. Okay. I mean, we could have, though. Hell, we could have just returned all the stuff and then he would have been like, well, where's the sword? And we would have just been like, what sword? Wink. We wouldn't have winked, obviously. That would have been just between us and Clive.
Run like the wind.
I'm pretty sure I can take these bandits, but just in case, I should probably find a random encounter and murder it some. I'd rather be at least over 1,000 HP if I could help it. There we go. Alright, there we go. Well, I wanted to be over 1,000. And I am technically over 1,000, so let's go. Oh yeah, I can't change icons while on Ambrosia. That's fair. I like how desert chocobos don't get bluebirds, so they stay chill the entire time. Oh. Excuse us, scorpions. Hey, Gilbug. I'll take 200 gil.
We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off.
That is not what I meant to do. It's fine, I'll just do this. Let's just do this too while we're at it. I should just wait till he was staggered to do that, but that's okay. Ah, I messed that up. That's fine. Yeah, that fight could have been way better. Yeah, well, it went okay. Found seal silk and black blood. And not his supplies, but that's what these are, I take it.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
Yeah. Well, they were just random desert bandits, too. If they kicked my ass, I would have been scared.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Sid the Outlaw.
Glad to make your
Oh, hey, he uses wyverns sometimes too.
Formidable name indeed.
That's fun.
Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one.
Got a name for
Karen
every
drove me
occasion.
hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twin.
Ah, yes, the
and
Eastern
is
Island.
used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe
It is called
no
Bushido.
combat should ever exceed a single strike and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours.
Okay.
And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself.
So of course you just hand it to us.
More fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield.
A good thing we gave him a code name.
Perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I wonder if there's a way you can do this side quest with your uncle and your
I
party.
think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern.
But no.
Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Yeah, no, I
Uncle
doubt it.
Byron to find such an interesting rival.
But that would be fun.
Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Sundered whetstone. Alright, we need to go to Martha's Rest. And we need to hunt for our good boy. Which are both in the same location, so. I wonder if Martha too didn't expect the debt and we're still gonna pay her off when we don't need to.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
I know that it's worth double what we owe them, but it's a little messed up that all three lenders were ladies. And we're like, hey, we don't have the money to give you. Do you want this really pretty rock instead? Like, I guess maybe it's on me as much for thinking it a thing, because also it's like you're just paying a gemstone instead. But especially like for Karen, it makes sense because they also have to fence them, yeah. I mean, I still think even having to go fencing them takes a little bit much, but that's still a big overpayment. But especially for Karen, that's not a big deal. But especially when it's like the Dame and Martha. I don't think they really have the connections for that. In fact, we're probably... I would not be surprised if Martha and Isabel both go to Karen to sell the star rubies for them. So you just cut the middleman.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Man, is this all the
Something like
auto
that.
lore?
Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
Okay. Twice as handsome?
I suppose I do.
I mean, that armor really does work for Clive. And I guess handsome doesn't include the voice.
If he's still with us.
Because obviously, with Sid, the charm was as much the voice as anything. Oh well. Yeah. Alright. Okay, this is the right way. I always get so lost. Time to get our good boy some bones. 'Cause he's hungry. Ambrosia can either teleport or is invisible all the time. Either way, I'm scared. But we're on the right side of her, so I'll take it. The end of Hyperion. Okay, good. Now go this way. Wait a second, that wasn't a thing, was there? No, that wasn't. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Minotaur. I don't feel like it right now.
But it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Do I need to murder all the baby antelope to... Oh wait, no.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Yeah, he's hungry.
This one. Torgal, kill!
I'm trying to do my air game, but it's not working. Who needs HP? He is nice occasionally, but...
Enough.
Fortunately, they were just antelope, though. Just bloody hides. No, we need bones.
Now,
Who wants to eat some antelope
enough,
bones?
I wonder.
Oh, he's so happy.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
Exactly. Clive has now learned the truth of all dogs.
You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Also, why did we kill all those antelope? And instead of feeding their actual meat to Torgal, we're like, okay, good. Now that we've killed them, we rip the bone out and we give the bone to him. Like, he can have the bone as a treat, but he can eat stock. True, true. Okay, I believe that's everything. Oh, yeah, that's the side quest that's in the area. That's fine. Let's see how many of these we can get turned in before we run out of time. Might be able to get all of them. I think we should be able to get all of them, really.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
Look at him paying attention there, too.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Clive, I know you're a little bit on the himbo side, but you said you brought her one, and yet, I notice a 5 here. Elder Antelope Femur. Short of slaying a behemoth, or a curl, a bison, a minotaur, or an adamantoise, one would be hard-pressed to find a larger leg bone. This does not satisfy Torgal's ancestral hunger. Chances are nothing will. I assume bison is the general name for bighorn, so...
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
I don't suppose you have regular...
What can I do for you?
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know many fleshers who deal in cuts that size. Well, that doesn't mean I don't know some. Watch yourself out there.
I was thinking they just wouldn't give her dialogue you could access, but that's kind of neat. I went the wrong way. That was dumb of me. Also, you know, we didn't find Goat's strung up bloody corpse by Karen either, so it looks like he survived. Thank you, Hippocrates, for the dog lore.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
Yes.
How she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
Because he's our dog.
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw,
Okay, Hippocrates.
diverse and plenty. And that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
He's become super
If I'm not
doggo.
mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Yes. He is a good doggo. Torgal. They knew exactly what they were doing with a wolf best companion. Caval's Fang. Even a legendary king, founded by the realm's greatest knights and blessed by the very heavens, would have found himself hard-pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Valsthea. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound, Caval. So that increases Torgal's attack potency. Is that... something I would have to equip, right? Yeah. That's never gonna go on, I'm afraid. Which makes me sad, because I do like Torgal. But not enough to give him a stat booster at the cost of something for Clive. Either a generic upgrade or... Torgal doesn't need it. Huh, it's still just Blackthorn here. Freaking August isn't even here right now.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
Sundered Whetstone, a slab of rock quarried on the southern continent. Its unparalleled hardness makes it perfect for sharpening blades forged from all manner of metals, from bronze to adamantite. He's already a strong boy. Yes, he is the doggo dominant.
Whetstone. Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil.
Yeah.
But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
There
I'm
we
sure
go.
the curse breakers will be delighted.
That's the Blackthorn we know and love.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, Sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
Does it require bomb? I have bomb. Excalibur Design Draft. A diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword to rival that of a legendary king. Blackthorn saw a whetstone. And he's like, oh yeah, I got this. I know how to make Excalibur. Okay. Where do I want to go? You have something new there? Yeah, we'll go up this way. I think I can just finish turning in quests. This would be easier if I could run faster in the hideaway. But Sid has to respect the fact that everyone wants to be safe when they're walking.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Bomb ash. It is hypothesized that the bomb's inclination to self-destruct during violent encounters is a form of collective preservation, akin to how a honeybee will sling a threat to the hive at the cost of its own life. That makes sense. So weird that bombs are a thing, but...
And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
Oh, is this going to be another potion upgrade? Oh, but what would be an upgrade for? Maybe it's just a weird highway thing.
The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly.
Clive does not trust how he sounds.
That bag of yours. The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
I mean, that's an excuse to Estes Sharded, I guess.
It can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
We can hold more consumables? Excellent. I will not use this upgrade at all. Thank you, sir.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
I don't think Clive likes Owain. I think he finds him sus. For good reason. treated potion satchel. Would the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of this satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots, they should surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Inventory increased. That's fun. You obtain a treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables, and slot increases are as follows. We can hold 6 potions now, 4 high potions, 3 strength tonics, and 3 stone skin tonics. That's neat.
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Alembics gonna help us make. Just you wait.
I didn't mean to cut him off there, but at the same time it felt appropriate to... Clive. Alright, and let's check on Goat to make sure he's alive.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
How?
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Also, man, Goat, really? Fine.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I'll probably be okay for this. It's only gonna be a little
I
bit.
don't know where Sid gets the energy.
Look, Torgo wants a bone. Oh, that's adorable. He's so excited.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
I mean, I'll take that deal. That's a very good deal for us.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Well, there we go. Man, Goat, you really... I mean, in fairness, Karen was probably too much for him to handle.
You ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Goat.
Right away.
If you're doing accounting, how are you not getting paid?
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable.
Oh, damn, Otto.
Monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down.
That would do it.
Who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
That was really nice. And weirdly still a side quest. I wasn't expecting a flashback, but okay.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall.
We didn't have any extra lines for him to voice. But you know, you saw him.
I couldn't even do that.
It's okay, Otto.
Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you.
Aww.
Love you, you grumpy old sod.
That was nice.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him or anyone. I'd only have told him to piss off.
It's okay, bro. I understand.
You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us.
Especially Torgal.
I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
Thank God.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Quest complete. Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. Sid has that's the line I won't have said down, poor host. That was really nice. And honestly, a better side quest than any main story side quest we've done.
You, might want to give that thing a rinse. Can't claim it's what Sid would have wanted, but even he wasn't right about everything.
And all of that has given us...
Today, Clive. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
High Cleric's Medallion, which does potion stuff. The goddess Gregor teaches us that to walk with the wretched is an act of greater good. If we are to accept this truth, then one cannot rightly call he who follows this path an outlaw, a humble servant.
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
There we go. Oh, we still have a little bit of side quest left, but I've gone a little over. I need to call it here. But thanks for hanging out with me. Good night, everyone.